Now, if you see me doing something that you had made a suggestion that I do, and I have not given you honorable mention, it's because I have not read any of the comments in yesterday's video. At least not yet. Probably will have by the time this episode's over. But I think you remember what we were doing here. We were making a little coat hanger. Yeah. Now if I can just square those corners up a little bit. That shouldn't be too hard, I guess. Okay, we'll use the Tamiya photo etch bending plier here, and I'll just kind of roll this over like that. Now I think if we adjust it the other way here, okay, and we just roll it the other way. Now, do we have square corners? Yeah. Oh, it's coming undone here. Try and get it straightened out. All right, but I've come up with another idea. I think I was making a mistake trying to bend it around the little pins, because the pins were round. And yeah, I've got another idea here. Okay, here I have a used number 11 blade. Right now, it's 8 millimeters. Let's say I was to take this down to my workshop and just sort of grind off 1 millimeter here. This blade is still in pretty good shape, so I don't want to completely ruin it, so I'll just dull it back here. This part here is only 5.8 millimeters, so yeah, if I take a millimeter off of here, then it'll be 7 millimeters. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'll show you what I've got in mind. Okay, I think I've still maintained a sharp edge here. I was wondering how come this blade is so sharp, and yet I had it in this box of dull blades. And then I noticed that the point has been broken off the end of it. That's probably why I didn't want to use it. Anyway, I've ground it down right there, and it kind of tapers. Let's turn this over here so we can see the lettering on it, because that's what I'm going to go by. Now, turn this here and try and get a mediocre measurement here. Okay, let's assume we do it right where the number 11 is. What is it there? Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know if you can read that, but it says 7 right on. Now that was just another coincidence. Just another coincidence. I know it kind of tapers. See, right here it's 6.85, which is, pretty close. And up here it should be a little bit more. Yeah, whoops. Got some sort of magnetism going on there, don't we? Probably generated some sort of static electricity when it's grinding it. Okay, right out there, it's 7.2. So if I put the wire right where the 11 is and bend it over on these square edges that we have here now, we should have better results. So let's just try that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on camera or not. Oh, by the way, I did not do this on my power saw or table saw. This actually happened on a cardboard box 2 days ago. Yeah. Okay, I haven't tried this yet, so I don't know if it's going to work. But we can use Andy's photo etch bender here like a vise. Now it should go through if I put it here like this. Now this shaft here goes all the way down, so now we don't need to bend this right at the middle. Can we get it underneath there? We should be able to. Come on. Trying to pick it up here. There we go. Now remember, we want to bend at the 11, right? Okay, well, there's the 11. See, now can I get this in there without moving the blade? Maybe if I hold the blade down right here, shove this back. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be right up against the edge of the bender here. Like I mean this part here. Okay, that looks pretty close. And I'm looking straight down on it there. It's try and make it as square as we can, like that. Now, if we clamp this down, it doesn't have to be real hard. Now, what do we got that we can stick underneath there? I don't know, I don't really want to dull that. This is already dull. Does that look like it went square? I would think so. Now we should have approximately 7 millimeters in between these two. We'll take it out, and then I'll use the photo etch bender to bend it over the rest of the way. I don't mean this one, I mean the pliers. I'm trying to do it so you can see it. I can see it, but yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, the one on your right is the one that we just bent. And the other one is the one from earlier. And we got them pretty much the same size. So I think my system with this blade works pretty good. So I'll just do this another, what, seven more times? 6 more times. So we got 2 and we need 8. Quite a bit of time has passed here. In fact, right now, it is this morning. The last 10 minutes that you've been watching in this episode were actually yesterday evening, after yesterday's episode had been uploaded. However, I still have not read the comments from yesterday's video, so I'm still a little bit, you might say, in the dark here. But I've been thinking a lot about this coat hanger idea, and I really like the idea that we can use a wire, like if this pin here represented one of the masts, and this one here represented a mast, and we were actually hooking onto these. I like the idea that we can use wire to come from the mast to whatever it is we hook onto, because it can be bent into shape to keep our array. I call this an array, but it might not be correct. I'm sure Tony would correct me on that. However, I can use the wire to adjust this so that this will be flat. Okay, I beat that to death. I'm going to just try and go back to Martin's idea of running the easy line all the way around. Well, I'll show you. It's easier to... I'm tongue-tied this morning for some reason. Yeah, just in case you happen to be new to this channel and you're just starting to watch, what I'll do is I will usually cut off the episode around 2 in the afternoon, and I'll do the final edit, get everything uploaded to YouTube, and the episode is generally available to view around 5 p.m. Winnipeg time. However, if later in the afternoon or evening I get the hankering to come out to the model table, what am I going to do? Just sit there and look at it? No, I'm going to bring the camera with me and I'm going to start tomorrow's episode, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, the first 10 minutes of this episode were actually done yesterday late afternoon or evening. Now I realize that I might be working away in the evening, and I'll say something to the effect of in yesterday's episode. Well, technically I should be saying in today's episode, but if I was to say that, it would be confusing for you viewers because you won't be watching this until tomorrow. We're getting confusing here. Let's get back to the model. Okay, let's put our coat hangers to the side for a moment here. And we'll keep our little piece of railing because I do believe we're going to be using that in a moment. Well, I say a moment, but it'll probably be about an hour. Now, let's put our... I'm noticing that this one here is it's lost its point. I must have nipped it off for some reason at one time. I was wondering why it wasn't going in very good. Okay, we're sort of back to where we were. Now, the change that I'm going to make right here is that when we're going around with the easy line, when I would be trying to, if I was to try and glue it right here, like let's, maybe I should be going the other way. Well, let's look at it from the other way. Bear with me, we'll get it. Okay, now you see right here, right there where I'm pointing, this black peg, if I was to try and glue it right there, put a little bit of CA right there, so that the CA, or rather so that the easy line stays together, it's also going to adhere it to the post. So I think what I'm going to do is we are going to move our posts out a little bit. Okay. And get a couple of extras here. You know, I don't have too many pins. I don't want to be losing these. I don't want to have to go to the store and get more pins. Almost everything I'm using in this series is from a long time ago. I had these pins for probably 30, 40 years. Well, maybe not that long. Okay, now the idea would be if I was to run this line to here, all the way around to here, and then where the other line, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and you'll see. Once again, I'm getting tongue-tied here, and the clock is distracting me. Okay, maybe I don't need this extra pin. Now we're going to have to go from the other direction. Okay, make sure we got enough easy line here. I find it easier to use the tweezers to pick this stuff up. I just have to be careful I don't squeeze it too hard and sort of cut it. Okay, now this one here will go around this peg right here. Okay, now the idea is, hopefully, it's going to work out. Yeah, that should work. You notice that the place where the easy line crosses right there is not touching a post. So I can probably put just a little minute amount of glue, I hope you can see that, a minute amount of glue right there at the crosshairs, you might say. And then when I nip the easy line off, it'll hardly show. Now we're going to have to get this up. Oh, this one has to go around here, like that. Okay, now we'll get these up in the air a little bit here, because what my plan is to take this and just sort of lay it across. Okay. Well, I should have the macro lens on for this. I'll put the macro lens on and we'll do this end over here. But first, I think we better do something here to hold this down so it's not going to... Okay, now I do not want this to be real tight. So let's go back until it gets a little bit slack almost. We'll try that. Okay, now I'll put the macro lens on. Okay, I've tried to adjust everything here now so that the easy line is the most in focus thing, because that's sort of what's important here. Now, I know that this is too long, and I want to have it, you know, fairly close to that little pin here, but not too close, because if we have it too close, the CA could wick its way along the easy line and glue itself to the I can't talk and work at the same time. Okay, do I have that pretty much square? Maybe it could come back just a little bit here. Ah, that looks pretty good. Now, I think these are about the same tension. If they're not, it could be that I'll be able to hook onto the ends up here just a little bit more one way or the other to draw this straight. Now, how am I going to be able to touch these intersections right here and right here without having the piece of railing stick to the applicator? So I'm going to have to think of a way to gently hold this down here. Now I have readjusted the camera here because I did not realize that the piece of railing was blending in with this drawing on the bottom here, and you probably couldn't see it very good. Now I'm wondering, should I lift this up just a little bit, or... I don't think it matters. I am looking straight down now, and it does appear to me that this piece of railing is at right angles to the antenna. Okay, now I got to find something that's going to hold it down. I was wondering if maybe something like this pin could work. Okay, I only need very light pressure. If I move it, I can always adjust it later, I guess. Okay. Everything still looks good there. You can't believe how delicate this is to try and work with my big clumsy hands here. And Okay, I think I got this about halfway in between the two, so it's equal pressure. Now let's get some CA thin and see if we can just barely touch it. Okay, I think I'm finally adjusted here. And I have to be so careful not to bump my clothespin because it changes the tension on the line here. And what I've got is a pin with the head has been cut off. I don't know when or why I did that, but that's what I got. And I'm going to see if I can't just very delicately. Okay, I'm dipping into the CA thin. I can just try and touch that line. And I'll do the other one. Now my hope is that it will wick its way along the line. I couldn't see anything happening. Maybe I should do it again. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll wick its way along the line underneath the little brass piece of railing, and it will glue itself on there. We'll leave it for a couple of minutes and see what happens. And then maybe we can reinforce it a little better later with maybe some CA medium, or I didn't see anything happening there. Maybe I should have been wearing my stronger glasses. About 3 minutes has passed now. I would think that okay, I'll get rid of that. Now does it appear that this is stuck on there? It's kind of hard to tell. No, it's not on this side, but it is on this side. Okay, we'll put a little bit more on then. Maybe I should have left the head on the pin. It did not stick on there. What happened? This one is on. Now, first of all, before I put any glue on this, you can see here, at least I can see it by looking straight down, on this piece of easy line right here, that it's starting to kind of wrinkle a little bit. I know I'm exaggerating, but I can tell that I did touch it. But okay, I'm dipping. Okay, for sure it got on there now. Now here's hoping it didn't wick its way over to this this pin here, and it's going to be stuck on it. Well, it might break off. You know, if I have to, I might be able to pry it off. One thing, we do have lots of easy line. Now, do I risk reinforcing this one over here? Don't know if I got any on or not. Okay, another couple of minutes has passed. Now, does it appear to have stuck on there? No, it's not sticking. Now, why is that? Should I maybe be using the CA medium here? Okay, I've got our micro holder downer back on, and I do not have any CA on the pin yet. I'm just, seems like it has to go this way, maybe just a little. Okay, now I'm dipping. Now this is the medium. Okay, I can actually see it. I can see that it is making contact. It's actually pulled. Whoops. It's actually pulled a little bit on the top of the rail. I wonder if I should maybe try and reinforce over here. Okay, I'm dipping. Just a little. Okay. Definitely got it. I've spent the last hour or so editing out those last few scenes, and I was surprised to find out that we're up to almost half an hour in this video already. Now, did another thing. I shut my clock off, and the reason being is I was finding it was just too distracting. I know we go through this about once every 2 or 3 months. I'll turn it on, and then I'll find it bothers me when I'm trying to, talk and do something at the same time. I have enough trouble doing that as it is. So anyway, for those viewers who like to hear the clock, well, I'm sorry about that. In the meantime, I think it's time to test this out here. And, okay, it's on now. And it hasn't glued itself to the pins either. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the one on the opposite end of this pretty much the same way. Oh, by the way, I did cut out a lot of video here. Oh, I know what we should try to do. Well, we'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to just cut this video off, and it'll be on tomorrow's episode. We'll just try and glue it where the crosshairs are here. Don't know if you can see them. Probably this pin is in your road, but we'll do that tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.